Today, I'm going to be doing a review on set number 75005, aka the Rancor Pit. This set released in 2013 for a retail price of $60, but now, once new sealed in the box, will cost you about $285. This set has 4 minifigures, 1 big fig, and 308 pieces. First up, we have the Rancor Keeper, who is exclusive to this set. Overall, this is a great figure with very detailed printing on his torso and face, but I do wish that he had some leg printing. And this is his back print. Nothing special. But one great thing about this figure is his second face, which shows him after the Rancor was killed. Next up, the Luke Skywalker, which this figure is technically exclusive to this set, but the same figure, just with a different face, also appeared in the 2012 Sarlacc Pit, and his face also appears on a different Luke Skywalker figure. But overall, this is a pretty good figure with some very detailed printing on his torso and face. But I do wish that he had some leg printing. But the figure does have a pretty detailed back print, and this is his second face. The third figure is the Gamorrean Guard, which this is a pretty good figure, but he is not exclusive to the set. He also appeared in the 2012 Jabba's Palace. But he has a nice piece for his head and torso, which is similar to the Chewbacca piece. He does have a bit of back printing, and as expected, there is no printing on his torso. And instead of his normal accessory, in this set, he is given a chicken leg. And our last minifigure is a skeleton, which, depending on how you see it, in some sets could be classified as not a minifigure, but in this set, it is. Which, there's not really too much to say about this figure. He is a pretty classic character, and this skeleton appeared in like a dozen other sets across a bunch of themes. So, yeah. Now, the main reason why this set is so expensive, the Rancor. Which, so far, this has been our only Rancor minifigure ever. And the character is bigger than your average big fig. For example, here he is compared to our normal minifigure. And here he is compared to your average big fig. But to the figure's posability, he has some pretty nice posability in his arms, which can move up, and same with his other one. And his fingers too. And he can twist them around. But one issue is that if you push the fingers too far back, they can kind of pop off pretty easily. And the same posability goes for his other arm. But for his other arm, it actually has a stud, which you can put a chain, which is very nice. And he has the exact same posability in his other hand. And the character does have some studs on the top and a pretty detailed backside. But one complaint I have with this figure is that, sadly, he does not have any posable leg. And one cool thing about the Rancor is that you can fit a whole minifigure in his mouth, because his mouth is a pretty big area. So you can just grab a figure, and then you can just put him in, and it fits. And it does make more sense to put the Gamorrean Guard. It's just with his armor, it is a bit hard to fit him in. But I think it's better to just have the Gamorrean Guard hanging out of his mouth. Now for the actual build. It's not the best. It's not going to be the best set on your shelf, because this set was mainly made to pair with the 2012 Jabba's Palace. It wasn't really made as a standalone set, but it could be that. But this set does have quite a few play features. On the side, you do have 2 clips for a key and a pitchfork, and there's also a bucket, and there's a little door right there. And there's a little crate, which is meant to store the chicken. Then over here in the back, there's also this skull, which you can lift up. And right in there, there is a key and a little bone. And right here, this is meant to open up so that you can put a minifigure inside. Which, you just grab your figure and you just put them on these studs right there. And you can close it up. Which isn't accurate to the movie, but it's still cool. And one cool thing about the set is that you can actually just pop this entire thing and open it up to allow easier access. And there is some nice torches right there. And it's just held in by some clips. But now the coolest feature is the front gate, which this front gate piece is a very nice piece. I'm pretty sure that it does only can come in this set. And to close it, it's pretty simple. All you do is you pull on this, and it just falls down. But I'm not a fan of that red piece. Because, sure, it signifies that, hey, this is how you close the gate. But it's just kind of out of place. And the gate is obviously meant to crush the Rancor. So you can have Luke throw the skull at that little button, and you pull this, and it falls down, which is very anticlimactic. It's probably best if you angle the Rancor something like this. But my personal favorite thing about this is that something you can do is you can grab a figure and then just take off their head and only slightly attach it right there. And then you can just put them right there, and then you can pull it, and they're decapitated. Which I imagine that is a pretty fun feature for kids. So, one question that I bet some of you guys are wondering is if the 2022 Boba Fett's throne room fits on the set. So, I'll show you guys. So, let's close the door. And let's grab the set and put it on. Which, unsurprisingly, is a no. Yeah, these sets weren't made to go with each other. In fact, I have seen the original Jabba's Palace set put on top of this, and somehow that looked better. Because like with this set, you can't drop the figures down. Sure, you have the grate, but it doesn't really help. So I guess you could like push them down the side. But from just a side view of the set, you can obviously tell it doesn't fit. But should you buy this set now for almost $300? Honestly, no. Overall, I would give this set like a 6 out of 10. The only reason why you should buy this set is if you already have the 2012 Jabba's Palace, so that you can put the Jabba's Palace on top of this. But even with that set, it's also a great standalone set. But with the Rancor Pit, you kind of need the Jabba's Palace for it to look good. I mean, you can display the set without it, but it doesn't look as good.